We will call to order a regular meeting of the City Council of the City of Poplar Bluff, Missouri, to be held on Monday, October 3rd, 2022 at 7 p.m. in the City Council chambers. At this time, our invocation will be conducted by Associate Pastor Curtis Hunter of the New Covenant Fellowship Church, and then please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for your grace, your mercy, and all the blessings that we have in you. Lord, I'm thankful for this council that they choose to keep prayer to you first in their meetings. I ask that you lead them, guide them, direct them and all the business at hand. And we just thank you right now for this great city of Poplar Bluff and the furtherment and betterment of it. And we give you praise and glory for it. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, sir.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Clerk Phelps.
Councilwoman Parson?
Here.
Councilwoman Fox?
Here.
Councilwoman Horton?
Here.
Councilman Smith?
Here.
Councilwoman Taylor?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Cornman?
Here.
Mayor Davis?
Here.
7 present.
Any member of the City Council may disclose any possible conflict of interest dealing with either any item on the printed agenda or with any matter discussed at a previous meeting. Seeing none, we'll move on to citizens' input. Each person in the audience may take this opportunity to address the City Council on any matter which is not on the printed agenda. Okay, seeing none, at this time, our city manager will speak regarding a grant item with the Department of Economic Development. Matt?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So I was contacted today by Three Rivers College. They're working on submitting a grant to the Department of Economic Development Workforce Development Department for funding to start a fiber optic technician training program. There's quite a bit of money in those workforce development programs right now through the state that the college wants to apply for. As part of the application, they're asking for a letter of support from the city. Talked with Lori and Mark Richardson, and really kind of the most appropriate and easiest way to go about it is, a voice vote from the council authorizing the mayor to sign the letter of support. And they are needing it this week, and like I said, I was just asked today for it.
Is it tying us to anything financially?
No, it's just that we support their application and support them starting this program.
Okay. I move that we write a letter of support from the city for the college.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Workshop items for discussion. Item A, the City Council will consider a recommendation from the Poplar Bluff Plumbing Board to amend the City of Poplar Bluff Code of Ordinances, Section 525, relative to licensed plumbers by adding a new section, 525.280, entitled Inactive Status, and our city planner, James Sisk, will present this.
As you can see on your agenda, this looks like a lot of repetition. And what this is changing the way the HVAC and the plumbing board do business. The electrical board already had these items in place, and we're trying to just equal everything out so they all have basically the same rules as to how you can put your license into escrow, how long, and make it equal across the board, because they've been a little lopsided over the several years.
Make a motion to move this to the voting session held October 17th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item B, the City Council will consider a recommendation from the Poplar Bluff Heating, Ventilation, Air Conditioning, and Refrigeration Board to amend the City of Poplar Bluff Code of Ordinances, Section 530, relative to licensed HVACR installers by adding a new section 530.280 entitled Inactive Status. Mr. Sisk?
The same situation. This is just the HVAC board instead of the plumbing board.
Okay.
Make a motion, we move to the October 17th voting session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item C, City Council would consider a recommendation from the Poplar Bluff Plumbing Board to amend the City of Poplar Bluff Code of Ordinances, Section 525.210, entitled Examination Required. Mr. Sisk.
And this is some of the same things, but this has to do with the frequency. If you fail the test the first time you take it, how often you can take it and how many times a year. Just making that clarification across all of the boards. Plumbing, electrical, and HVAC, which electricals already have all these in place.
Make a motion, move that to October 17th voting session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item D, the City Council would consider a recommendation from the Poplar Bluff Heating, Ventilation, Air Conditioning, and Refrigeration Board to amend the City of Poplar Bluff Code of Ordinances, Section 530.210, entitled Examination Required. Mr. Sisk?
Again, same thing, just the HVAC board versus plumbing.
Motion to move this to the voting session held October 17th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Sisk. Item E, the City Council would consider an ordinance authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission for the placement of an entrance on right-of-way property owned by the Missouri Department of Transportation. Mr. Winters?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So, we've been talking about at the last few meetings, different documents from MoDOT related to the construction of the new welcome sign that we've been working with the chamber on. They're going to put out on the 60 West and Business 60 interchange. And so this is just another step in that process. This is to authorize me to sign the construction permit of the sign. And the reason it's naming me is because they require a local public agency person of responsible charge. I've been certified through that process, and that's why I'm specified in this particular document.
Make a motion that we move that to tonight's voting session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item F, the City Council will consider a budget amendment to transfer monies from the American Rescue Plan Act Fund to the Police Department for the purchase of a TrueNarc handheld narcotics analyzer and 5 computers, and to the Street Department for the purchase of a mini excavator and a skidster. Mr. Winters?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So we'll start with the 2 items for the police department. The first one, as he explains, a TrueNarc handheld narcotic analyzer, and also 5 computers that are used in the patrol vehicles. Utilizing the state contract pricing for these items, the TrueNarc is $22,902.26, and the 5 computers, $18,570.75. I've asked our interim police chief, Mike McLean, to come tonight. If you have any questions about either one of these pieces of equipment, if you want some more details about either one of these pieces of equipment, he's more than happy to speak to those and provide any additional information.
The computers are replacing old computers or just needed computers?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear your
The
question.
5 computers is to replace antiquated ones?
It is. So the IT manager, Darren Moore, took over for me back in 19, and basically what we have done is put all computers on a 3-year rotation. So we replace 1/3 of the units yearly. The units come with a 3-year warranty, so we found that that's the best approach, to always have the units under warranty. Saves us a whole lot of money.
Are there any further questions?
And so the next we'll address the items with the street department. The first one is a skid steer, and the second one a mini excavator. Again, using the Missouri state contract pricing gets us the best pricing. The skid steer is $72,173.97, and then the mini excavator, the price is $84,500, and but Caterpillar has offered a $40,000 trade-in allowance for our old road grader that we recently replaced, which will leave a cost of $44,500 for that road grader. I'm sorry, for that mini excavator. Mr. Lawson is here tonight. If you have any questions about either one of those two pieces of equipment, I think they'd come in really handy and just make those guys a little more efficient, give them a little better equipment to work with.
I entertain a motion to move this forward.
Make a motion to move it to the voting session to be held October 17th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Action required items. Item AA, Bill number 8419. The City Council will take action on an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a license agreement with the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission for the use of property located at the interchange of US Highway 60 and Business Highway 60.
Motion for first reading of bill number 8419.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Clerk Phelps?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute a license agreement between the City of Poplar Bluff and Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission relative to a welcome sign at the US 60 and Business 60 interchange.
Motion for second reading of bill number 8419.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Clerk Phelps?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute a license agreement between the City of Poplar Bluff and Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission relative to a welcome sign at the US 60 and Business 60 interchange.
Motion for adoption of bill number 8419.
Second.
Questions, comments? Roll call, Clerk Phelps?
Councilwoman Parson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fox?
Yes.
Councilwoman Horton?
Yes.
Councilman Smith?
Yes.
Councilwoman Taylor?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Cornman?
Yes.
Mayor Davis?
Yes.
7 yes votes.
Bill number 8419 has been adopted. Item BB, Bill number 8420. The City Council will take action on an ordinance accepting a bid for a cultural resource study relative to the Community Development Block Grant Stormwater Improvement Projects number 2021 GI 28.
Motion for first reading of bill number 8420.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Clerk Phelps?
An ordinance selecting and appointing Tri-Leaf Engineering Company of St. Louis for a cultural resource survey study for the Poplar Bluff Stormwater Improvement Project 21 GI 28 in Poplar Bluff.
Motion for second reading, bill number 8420.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Clerk Phelps?
An ordinance selecting and appointing Tri-Leaf Engineering Company of St. Louis for a cultural resource survey study for the Poplar Bluff Stormwater Improvement Project 21 GI 28 in Poplar Bluff.
Motion for adoption of bill number 8420.
Second.
Questions, comments? Roll call, Clerk Phelps?
Councilwoman Fox?
Yes.
Councilwoman Horton?
Yes.
Councilman Smith?
Yes.
Councilwoman Taylor?
Yes.
Councilwoman Parson?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Cornman?
Yes.
Mayor Davis?
Yes.
We have 7 yes votes.
Bill number 8420 has been adopted. Item CC, Bill number 8421. The City Council will take action on an ordinance accepting a bid for the Community Development Block Grant Stormwater Drainage Improvements Project number 18 DP MIT 19.
Motion for first reading of bill 8421.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Clerk Phelps?
An ordinance accepting a bid from K-Jax Contractors, Inc. of Poplar Bluff, Missouri for the Poplar Bluff Stormwater Improvement Project number 18 DP MIT 19.
Motion for second reading of bill number 8421.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Clerk Phelps?
An ordinance accepting a bid from K-Jax Contractors, Inc. of Poplar Bluff, Missouri for the Poplar Bluff Stormwater Improvement Project number 18 DP MIT 19.
Motion for adoption of bill 8421.
Second.
Questions, comments? Roll call, Clerk Phelps?
Councilwoman Horton?
Yes.
Councilman Smith?
Yes.
Councilwoman Taylor?
Yes.
Councilwoman Parson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fox?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Cornman?
Yes.
Mayor Davis?
Yes.
You have 7 yes votes.
Bill number 8421 has been adopted. Item DD, bill number 8422. The City Council will take action on an ordinance repealing and replacing sections 340.110 and 340.115 of the City of Poplar Bluff Code of Ordinances relative to utility transportation vehicles.
Motion for first reading of bill number 8422.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Clerk Phelps?
An ordinance amending the City of Poplar Bluff, Missouri Code of City Ordinances by repealing chapters 340.110 through 340.115 and adopting new chapters 340.110 through 340.117 in lieu thereof relating to licensure and operation of utility vehicles in the City of Poplar Bluff.
We have a motion for second reading. If we have no motion or second for second reading, this action item dies. Okay. Item EE, bill number 8423. The City Council will take action on an ordinance authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission for the placement of an entrance on a right-of-way property owned by the Missouri Department of Transportation.
Motion for first reading of bill 8423. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Clerk Phelps?
An ordinance authorizing the city manager to execute an agreement with the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission for placing an entrance on MoDOT right-of-way.
Motion for second reading of bill number 8423.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Clerk Phelps?
An ordinance authorizing the city manager to execute an agreement with the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission for placing an entrance on MoDOT right-of-way.
Motion for adoption of bill number 8423.
Second.
Questions, comments? Roll call, Clerk Phelps?
Councilman Smith?
Yes.
Councilwoman Taylor?
Yes.
Councilwoman Parson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fox?
Yes.
Councilwoman Horton?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Cornman?
Yes.
Mayor Davis?
Yes.
You have 7 yes votes.
Bill number 8423 has been adopted. Okay, we won't be going into closed session tonight, so at this time, our city manager will present his manager's report. Mr. Winters?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So just kind of wanted to comment first about the UTV. Because it failed tonight, they still remain illegal to operate on city streets. However, we have issued from the city manager's office permits for special events. Recently the Knights of Columbus, I believe. Shriners. I'm sorry. The Shriners had a poker run. They did come in and request an exception for that day, and we did issue a permit for them to operate for that special event. So that option is still available for those special events, just like when we close the street for events, and we do issue special permits for things like that. So just to kind of clarify that, make sure you're aware of that. Exciting news today. We got notified that we The city received a grant for MoDOT for I can't read my own writing, $462,356.80 through their transportation alternatives program. And that's to make improvements to Vine Street. We've tried a couple, 2 or 3 times to secure funding for this, to replace the sidewalks along Vine from 5th Street to Broadway. And all the overhead utilities will be removed and relocated underground. So really allow for some continued beautification of downtown. Excited about that project. Glad to see it finally get funded after a couple, 2 or 3 tries. James has been working hard. October 15th is Buff Up the Bluff. We are taking a little bit different approach this year. In the past, we've always had everything at the city's landfill site on the east side. We've been working with Hinch and Trash Service and partnered with them for the event this year. So we're actually going to do, except for vegetation, limbs, leaves, brush would still need to go to the east side city property. However, everything else will go to Henson's transfer station on the Industrial Park Road. You're going to be a little more efficient. Not have to worry about dumpsters coming in and out and getting hauled to Dexter, and he'll handle it all right there on site. You'll be able to take tires and everything just like normal. Going to try this out and see if it works a little more efficiently. Think we'll be able to save some money and see how it goes. So we're going to try it out that way this year. And
Is there still a charge for tires?
there still is a charge for tires. 3, 4.
4 for passenger tires and $12 to $14 for big truck tires.
So $4 for passenger tires, then 12 to 14 for larger tires. The police department started moving today into the new station. It's going to be department by department, so it's going to be a process. They're not going to be open tomorrow at the new location, but they have started. We do now have possession of the building. We do now have insurance on the building, and we are starting the move-in process. And the last thing I have, I feel like I should talk longer because the meeting is short, but I'm not going to. The last thing I have is just to update you. We still have 4 employees from our municipal utilities department that are in Florida in response to Hurricane Ian. So keep those families and those employees in your prayers, along with all the people that were impacted by the hurricane while they're down there.
They are actually back now. They made it back tonight.
Let's see there. My information's a couple hours old.
Yeah.
So.
Can I just throw in one thing?
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to say thank you to our city departments, fire, street department, all of the above. I helped out with the Butler County Fair this year, and our county doesn't have fairgrounds, so we use Ray Clinton Park each year for the event, and the city employees went above and beyond to make sure that Ray Clinton Park was ready when we called, because there's been a drought and it was dry as could be for the rodeo arena. The fire department was out there and within minutes to water it down. Street department mowing it, getting it tilled up and ready. I just want huge hats off to them for doing that. So very much appreciated.
Is there any further business before the council?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting adjourned.